Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise not actually in support of the further amendment, but in support that we make a determination today. As my colleague from Taunton said, it isn't something that should probably go to study. And just as some of you maybe in your freshman year here thought you wanted to help out on these studies and be part of these reports and things, I've kind of learned over the last couple of years that there probably won't be the activity that we want to see on it to really have a study and come back to vote on it. That would be my fear. But I also stand up here before you asking you to vote against capital punishment in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for a number of reasons that I deem very important. One of the other things I learned my freshman year here was from the gentleman from Chelsea. And he said to me as a member of the Judiciary Committee, always be careful of a knee-jerk reaction. It may not have been a knee-jerk reaction a couple of weeks ago, but I do have a fear that some people in this chamber may have, due to the tremendous tragedy.
Chair apologizes to the lady at the microphone. Does the lady yield?
Not at this time.
Not at this time.
Thanks.
Chair recognizes Ms. Harrington of Groton.
Okay. And I understand that the gentleman from Wilmington, for whom I have tremendous respect, had put this in prior to that tragedy, very much so. But the timing of it coming before the legislature, now being after the tragedy, is my concern. We all share in the same compassion for the families, for the victims, for law enforcement. We all share the anger over what happened, the anger at those people that brought this tragedy upon this city, upon this state, and all of the individuals who were affected. However, I don't have the same amount of confidence based upon the events of last summer that we can go to sleep 100% convinced, even by our scientific evidence. We now know that that scientific evidence may not always be 100% correct. And what we are holding in the balance is someone's life. For any of you who went to law school, you may remember things that I remember, hopefully a few more things, but I always remember the words that our professors spoke to us and said, "You're in Massachusetts. Remember Sacco and Vanzetti. Don't ever forget Sacco and Vanzetti." One of the most misdiagnosed murders, shall we say, was Sacco and Vanzetti. And there was a knee-jerk reaction, and they were killed, and it was wrong. They did not do the crime. I also feel that on a personal level, for those of you who know me, anyone who knows me well will know, I'm actually pro-life. And because I am pro-life, I cannot support any pro-death legislation. What I say to those people that say you have to make these people answer for the crime, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But I also know another thing, one of the few other things I remember from law school, was the state in this country that has the most capital murder executions is the state of Texas. Guess which state has the highest level of recidivism for dangerous crimes? Texas. So basically, our theory that if we put the death penalty in place, we will reduce recidivism. We will protect law enforcement. And God knows I do want to protect law enforcement. But there is not a scintilla of evidence that is going to show that the death penalty will do that. Nor do I believe that having a life sentence in one of our correctional institutes is actually not punishment in and of itself. In fact, oftentimes, we see great efforts taken to make sure that people that have committed heinous crimes don't have the opportunity to take their own life. For some of them, we have created a hell on earth that is far worse for them than taking their life. But I ask, as I feel as someone who is pro-life, that you leave the province of the decision to take a human life to your God. Let us keep the system that we have so that we won't have a situation years from now where the names Sacco and Vanzetti have been replaced by somebody else who has been wrongfully executed because our evidence wasn't 100% perfect. Thank you.